You know that feeling, right? The blinking cursor, the blank page, and that 40-minute timer for your IELTS Writing Task 2 just ticking down. We've all been there. But what if I told you that getting a high score isn't about writing some literary masterpiece? Nope. It's about following a blueprint. So let's break that blueprint down step by step. Okay, first things first. If you want a high score, you've got to think like the person who's giving you the score. So our first stop is getting inside the examiner's head to figure out exactly what they're looking for. So what's the secret sauce? Is it some mysterious, subjective thing where they just go with their gut? Well, the answer to that is a big, emphatic no. It's not magic at all. It's literally a checklist. And guess what? This isn't some top secret document. These are the public banned descriptors. And just look at the top 2 things on their list. Task achievement, which just means did you actually answer the question, and coherence and cohesion, meaning does your essay make logical sense. Together, those 2 things are worth a massive 50% of your total score.
So here's the deal. Your mission isn't to be some creative genius, it's to be a brilliant architect. You just need to build an essay that ticks every single box on that checklist. And that all starts with a rock-solid plan.
I really can't stress this enough. The most important part of your entire 40 minutes is the first 5. Before you write a single sentence of that essay, you have to plan. This is absolutely non-negotiable. Seriously. And we're not just going to sit there and stare at the paper, right? We're going to use a really simple but powerful framework I call the 5-3-1 method. It's designed to be super fast and give you total clarity. So here's how it breaks down. You spend the first couple of minutes just brainstorming 5 quick ideas. Don't filter, just write them down. Next, you take a minute to pick the best 3 points that really hit the question head on. And in the last couple of minutes, you craft one powerful thesis sentence and a quick little outline. It's fast, it's focused, and you know what? It's incredibly effective.
And check this out. Here's a perfect example of how it works. For a question about funding parks versus the arts, you can see the 5 raw ideas, then the 3 core points selected for the body paragraphs, and finally, that crystal clear thesis statement. This whole roadmap, it took less than 5 minutes to create. All right, our 5-minute plan is locked in. We're ready to write. Let's tackle the introduction, which, believe it or not, you can get down perfectly in about 60 seconds. Think of it like a simple 3-part machine. First, you paraphrase the question. This just shows the examiner you get it. Second, you drop in your thesis statement, the one you literally just wrote in your plan. And third, you give a quick sentence outlining what's about to come. That's it. Done. But, and this is a big but, you've got to be careful with that first sentence. A really common mistake is being way too general, like that bad example you see here. You have to be specific. Now look at the good example. It directly rephrases the topic using different words and a new structure. It's precise and it's impressive. Okay, so the plan is done, the intro is written, now for the real meat of the essay, the body paragraphs. And don't worry, we've got another fantastic little acronym to make sure they are perfect every single time. It's called PEAL. PEAL stands for point, evidence, explain, and link. This structure basically forces you to build a logical, well-supported argument. You make a clear point, you bag it up with a specific example, you explain why that example matters, and then you link it all back to your main argument. Honestly, it's pretty much foolproof. So let's zoom in on that first letter, P, for a point. Your topic sentence is like a signpost for the examiner. It tells them, hey, this is exactly what this paragraph is going to be about. No confusion, just pure clarity. Here's a perfect example of a great topic sentence. It states the main idea clearly and directly. The examiner immediately knows exactly what argument you're about to develop in the next few sentences. Okay, this is a great question, and it brings us right to the E for explain. You might be wondering, how do I do this without just saying the same thing over and over? Well, the key is not to repeat, but to elaborate using some smart paraphrasing. And here's the good news. You do not need a massive vocabulary for this. You just need these 3 simple techniques. Use synonyms that you are 100% sure about, flip the order of your clauses, and change the form of your keywords. This shows off your grammatical range without risking any silly mistakes. And finally, we get to the L in PEAL, the link. Think of this as the super glue that holds your whole argument together. As you can see from this list here, simple little linking words and phrases like therefore, as a result, or consequently are all you need. They tie your paragraph's point right back to the main essay question, making your argument feel seamless and super easy for the examiner to follow. We're on the home stretch now. We've planned, we've written our intro, we've developed our arguments using Peel. Now all we have to do is end with a strong, clear conclusion. And you know what? Just like the intro, the conclusion follows a super simple formula. You start with a phrase like, in conclusion, then you restate your main thesis just using different words this time, and finally you add one sentence with a final thought or maybe a recommendation. It should be quick, clean, and leave a powerful final impression. So, if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this. You do not need to solve the world's problems in your essay. You just need to present a clear, logical, and well-structured answer to the question. Structure is absolutely everything. And there you have it. From the 5-minute plan all the way to that final word, you now have a repeatable system for any essay question that comes your way. This isn't just a random collection of tips. It's a complete blueprint for a high-scoring essay. Now go build it.